Okay, guys, so here is my property finance template that I use. So this is a fictional example. So the price of our house is £100,000. We are borrowing 85% of that, which is £85,000, obviously. The stamp duty on that. So the stamp duty is on the full price. And that is from the point of view of borrowing from a company. So we're buying this in a company, hence why the stamp duty is still there. Legal costs we'll get onto in a sec. Renovation costs we'll get onto in a sec. Our bridge is, or our investors have lent us this money at 1%. That's 1% of the borrowing. So don't forget that we will have put our own deposit to make up to that 100,000 and the stamp duty, of course. So our non-renovation expenses after 6 months, which is how long that I've anticipated this fictional flip will take, is so 6 lots of 850, which is our 1% a month, plus the cost of the house, the stamp duty, and the legal and extra costs. Okay, there's non-renovation expenses and our overall expenditure that will include the renovation. Okay, so in this fictional example, it's cost us 140 all in. At the beginning, we're not going to have all those figures. We're only going to have an estimate or what's in our budget. So we're also going to look at what range we can sell between. Okay, so in this example, we've gone from 160 to 180. So we're anticipating quite a healthy return on this flip property. So don't forget, when we are looking to sell, it's going to cost us. So a local estate agent will be 1% or thereabouts. So 1% of the sale price plus the VAT on that estate agent's fee. Okay, so that's the total sale cost, and the company's net profit is the total sales price, take away the overall expenditure, and also taking away the total sales cost. Okay, so as you can see, we're looking, even at our lowest estimate, of quite a healthy return of 17,000. And then if we sell for a higher estimate, we get obviously a much healthier return. Okay, so let's take a look at the renovation then, guys. So going through our renovation, we've got a budgeted figure for everything. So our whole budget comes out at 30,000. As you can see, when we've looked at our true cost, it's slightly higher than that. That's because as we've gone along, we have overspent here on the roof for unanticipated problems. We've overspent on the boiler and rads because of a leak, and we've overspent here slightly on the third bedroom, but we've made a saving here on the rubbish clearance and again on the bathroom. So overall, I like to do things in a traffic light system. So green is good, red is bad, and we've come £1,100 over budget. Okay, and the sum that I've used, so quite simply, all of this is added up here. And when we look at our renovation, that equals the 38, which is here. Very similar to the legal and extra cost, we've got budgeted figures here, which our top end budget is what we put in at the top at the beginning when we're working everything out. And as we go along, we do our true cost. So as you can see, we're in quite a healthy position here with a fantastic saving of £38.61. Once again, these are all added up, and if we go up to the top, the legal and extra costs are there. The benefit of putting these sums in, guys, is as we go along, as we're filling this out, we can have a real-time example of what's going on with our finances. So if we suddenly find that this renovation cost is creeping up and it's impacting our overall expenditure, we may need to address this or take a look at it. Okay, so that's a really quick example of how I do things. Also, another tab down here, your process and timetable. This is slightly more. This is slightly heavier work. So every day that these fictional people were in the property, they have documented what time they got there and what jobs they did and who was on site. This is quite important because when you're looking back at your flip in 6 months or 9 months or a year, or if you're going on to your next flip, it's really useful to see what was going on, when you did what, and how long it took. If we look at my example as well, all of the breakdown is written down. So if you can see all of these sums here, these top ones equate to the labour, which we have put in as a main cost there. Okay, so it's good. So obviously we've got an overall sheet, but it's really great to break it down as well. Thanks very much for listening, guys. Really appreciate your time. Hit like and subscribe. And if anyone would like a copy of the finance template, I'll happily send it over to you free of charge.